Jack Olmstead, 4-H Network News. I'm here with Zach from Dharma Ridge Farm. How's it going today, Zach?
It's going great, Jack.
Out here at the Port Townsend Farmers Market, does it get any better than this?
No, this is pretty good.
What do you have today? I see you're selling starts, tomato starts.
We have some some starts that are left from after our planting of tomatoes, and we're selling...
Now, do those come from a greenhouse?
Yes, they do. Yeah, we lease 3 greenhouses down in Chimicum where we do about 650 greenhouse-style tomato plants. So
now, how many rows of tomatoes did you plant this year?
In the greenhouse, it's 1,100-foot rows, and then we have probably another 300-plus row feet outside of determinate tomatoes. The process of getting certified involves a lot of paperwork. You have an inspector come out and take a look at the farm. You have to keep records of, all your inputs. That's mainly it. And then you pay a fairly significant chunk of your income to the certification agency.
Is it a percentage or is it just a flat rate?
I believe the way it works is there's a flat rate that you put in. Well, no, you put in what you
estimate.
What you estimate. Thank you. What you estimate your yearly gross is going to be, and then you total it out at the end of the year and make up the difference or get some refund back. But we're not certified at this point. We're actually a pretty new farm.
How old?
Last year was our first year doing market drawing on our own.
What's your background?
I worked on farms with my wife and I in the county here for
How long have you been in the county?
Oh, about 10 years.
10 years?
Yeah, and Haley grew up here, so. And, just over the past couple years, we've been working to kind of get our own farm going, and last year was our first year.
Do you own this farm or do you lease it?
We have a mortgage on it.
You got a mortgage?
Yeah, we actually have 2 mortgages right now on 2 different pieces of land. The one that we live on where we have some of our stuff, and then we went in partners with my wife's folks on a piece of Beaver Valley bottomland. That's where we're moving more of the farm down to, and they're going to eventually build a house out there and stuff.
So how much acreage are you planting on right now?
Right now we have about 4 acres that are planted out. Most of it in crops that'll be more mid-late summer crops.
So do you have a tractor?
Yeah, I got 2 tractors. I got an old Massey Ferguson 65 and a old Farmall Cub.
Do you hire any help with the planting or the harvest?
Not normally. We have one fellow who comes out once a week and does work trade, and we occasionally have friends come out and help.
Where do you get your fertilizer?
We get our fertilizer through Skagit Farmers Cooperative.
So is a fertilizer like certified organic?
Yeah, it's OMRI certified. And we use, we use bone meal, we use blood meal, we use a product called BioGrow, which is like a fish emulsion product. We, spread lime.
How do you control pesticides or pests?
We try to rotate our crops.
Like what crops do you rotate?
We rotate our brassica crops, and we also use Rime is a main one for us, which is, you know what Rime is?
No.
It's like it's an ag fabric. It's a real light woven fabric that comes in the roll, and you roll it out over your crops, and it gets like 90% plus light transmission and lets water through, and it basically gives you a little extra heat, and it's a barrier, pest barrier.
And you can also control weeds with that too, can't you?
No.
No.
The weeds flourish and that stuff. So
what do you do about weeds?
Weed them.
You weed them.
We pull them. We do a combination of techniques. We flame weed and try to do stale bed preparation, and we also have a tractor that we use for cultivating, and we use a wheel hoe for getting in close. A
wheel hoe, can you describe that?
It's like a little mini bicycle tire in the front with a metal frame and 2 handles and like a 9-inch stirrup hoe attached to it that you basically just push down, down the row. We use a little rototiller for going in the pathways.
Can you describe a typical day, like this time of year?
Typical day, wake up early, sometime between 4:30 and 5.
4:30 and 5.
Yeah. Get out, have some coffee, do the chores, feed the chickens and the dogs and
How
stuff.
many chickens do you have?
I think we're down to about somewhere in between 40 and 50 now.
40 to 50, and you do sell chicken eggs as well.
We do sell chicken eggs.
$3.50 a dozen.
Yeah, which the price of organic feed, it ends up basically being a wash for the most part, between a little slower production over the winter months, and we're looking at getting out of the chicken business. Is not a real profitable one.
Okay, so you feed the chickens, you feed the dogs.
Yeah, and then head down to. We farm on several different plots of ground. We have some leased ground that we work, so head down to the leased greenhouses, open them up, check on stuff, do any projects we got going down there, or just pruning tomatoes, or fertilizing starch, whatever it is. And then depending on the day, we're working between couple different plots, and because we don't have hired help, I end up doing the whole variety of things. So one day I might be weeding, one day I might be doing tractor work and bed prep, one day we're doing transplanting, irrigation setup, wiring. We're still setting up infrastructure on our main farm. We're just getting the power turned on.
So you have an irrigation system?
Yeah.
Drip?
We do a combination of drip and overhead.
And so that's your afternoon. When do you quit at the end of the day?
Oh, this time of year we've been kind of backed up, so it's been long days. I've been working till 7:38 most days, or later.
Or later. So you're putting in 14-hour days now?
Yeah, pretty regularly. So it's a lot of work, and it's
is it satisfying work?
It is satisfying. I enjoy it. And
how's your back, your legs? It's physically demanding, isn't it?
They're holding up pretty good for now. So, and being a new farm too, we have a lot of stuff that once we get ourselves established and get all our systems really set up and down, the workload should back off a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Things will be more organized, more easy to maintain. Right now we are kind of working, but we're still getting set up. So there's a lot of.
I think we better end this right now because your booth is just totally mobbed. Why don't you take a look at all the people that are at the booth to buy? What are you selling here? Red romaine, baby chard.
We have chard.
You got some onions. We got
some garlic scapes and garlic tops, pak choy, salad mix, stir fry mix, arugula, tot soy.
Do you do any other farmers markets?
We do the Wednesday Port Townsend market, and we've done the Port Ludlow market, and I think in the next year or two we might expand over to, my wife's uncle lives over in Seattle and has offered to do a market for us over there if we pick and pack all the produce, and he just comes over with his truck and he'll haul it and do that. So we're looking to get into doing that too.
Okay, cool. Do you have a website?
No, we don't.
How about a phone number?
Yep, we do have a phone. It's
You got voicemail on that?
Yeah, it's 360-732-0178.